I watched a video this morning by the Casual Bachelor, who does some good work. If you haven't watched his stuff, have a look at that, Casual Bachelor. So he does response videos mainly, and I watched this response video to a woman who claimed to have done her research on MGTOW, and she knew all about it. And then she came out with this allegation: MGTOW is an anti-feminist movement, and it just ticked me off. I've been pissed off at this all day, so I'm going to try and get my thoughts together on it. But this is going to be a bit of a rant, okay? Okay, MGTOW is an anti-feminist movement. Right, now I'm going to sound like a broken record on this, and the reason I think this is important is that we've got our voices get shut down really quickly. My channel's tiny, and I'm already getting fucked over by YouTube and Google. So we've got to stomp on this straight away. Okay, we need to be able to refute these allegations straight away. So MGTOW is a anti-feminist movement, right? Number one, MGTOW is not a movement, and to characterize MGTOW as a movement is to misunderstand MGTOW. I'm going to say that every time I hear this, because MGTOW is not a movement. MGTOW are not agitating for change, right? We accept the status quo, and we are going our own way. We are not the men's rights movement. Now, all power to those guys, but I believe they're fighting the long defeat. Okay, but keep it up, you guys. All right. MGTOW are not the men's rights movement. We are not advocating for change. We are not agitating for change. So it is most definitely not a movement. So there's the first allegation, the first assertion of this woman, completely wrong. She says she's done her research, completely wrong. So MGTOW is anti-feminist. All right, let's have a look at the feminists then, and I'm going to say this from an Australian perspective, because that's what I know. Okay, anti-feminist, right? So in Australia we've got a prominent, well-regarded, well-read, written feminist called Clementine Ford. Now she as a columnist in major newspapers. She's a talking head on fucking TV, mainstream TV over there. Every Father's Day just about, she calls for the death of all men. Kill all men is her mantra almost every Father's Day. So take that for what you will, but yeah, she wants all men killed. Now she was on a panel, a five feminist panel on ABC. This is pre-COVID. It's a couple of years ago. One of the panelists was an international feminist. She was invited into the panel. This is on ABC, the national broadcaster. Okay, I don't know this woman's name. I don't care. She's saying women should have the right to shoot men in the street with impunity. That was her view, that women should be able to just summarily execute men at will on the streets of Australia and around the world, and there should be no comeback. All right. We've got Joe Biden, leader of the free world. Women can do anything a man can do, only they do it better. This is what he tells his daughters apparently every night. Okay. We've got Lisa Wilkinson in Australia. Lisa Wilkinson, she's She's the unofficial or the self-appointed spokeswoman for all mainstream Australian women. She's a TV presenter, personality on Channel 9, which is the most watched, the largest TV network in Australia. So she's on record, and you can Google all this, she's on record as saying men should be under curfew from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. every night. They shouldn't be allowed out on the streets. I don't think she specified what the punishment for breaking curfew was, but generally it's getting shot. So we've got Andrea Dawkins, or Dawkins. She's a well-respected feminist. So she's saying women need men like a fish needs a bicycle. That's a quote from her writings. So MGTOW are saying, we don't want to be a part of any of that. We're not interested in what you're saying. We're going to go over our way and do our thing. And we want to be left alone to do it. Now, that actually aligns in a large part with what the feminists are saying. Feminists are saying they don't need men. Fine. That's fine. That's exactly what MGTOW are saying. You don't need men. Take the reins. The glass ceiling, forget about it. Right? There's no glass ceiling. The patriarchy doesn't matter. We're not part of it. You go and do your own thing over there. We're going over our way and doing our thing that we want to do. So you've got the reins of power now. Make the most of it. It's anti-feminist. Not on your life. No way is it anti-feminist. There's no MGTOW that I've ever heard of calling for violence against women. Not at all. Okay, there's self-defense, definitely. Okay, like, make no mistake, they start shooting men in the street, men have got to defend themselves. Okay, should it come to that? Who knows? It's not going to come to that. But obviously, as a MGTOW, are you going to worry about shooting a few women in the street? I would, personally, but if it's going to mean saving my life and that of the ones I love, yeah, fucking oath I will. All right? Like I say, I'm pissed off over this. Okay? I'm like, this idea that MGTOW are anti-feminist is absolute fucking bullshit. We're aligned with feminism. Feminism wants men out of the picture. And MGTOW want men out of mainstream. Right? That's what MGTOW do. MGTOW say, you can take your fucking shit, stuff it up your fucking ass, I'm going over here and I'm having a good life without you. Right? That's what MGTOW are saying. They're not saying, oh, you can't say don't kill men on the street. No one's saying that. There's no woman fucking these women are saying shoot men in the street, and there's no one saying that's a wrong thought. Right? There's no mainstream media, no outcry by women in general saying you can't say shoot men in the street. Right? There's nothing. They're just saying, oh, she's a strong feminist. She's a leader, a thought leader. Lisa Wilkinson calling for a curfew on all men in Australia, and it just, everyone says, oh, it's fantastic. What a wonderful thought. Well, it's that's a progressive thought. That's wonderful. Oh my God, why didn't we think of that before? Women. I'll give you a bit of context around that. Lisa Wilkinson was saying it could because there'd been a prominent rape and murder, and she was saying that the streets need to be made safe for women. with MGTOW, women are as safe as they've ever been, because we couldn't give a flying fuck what you do, right? You can parade around in your underwear and your slut marches and all the rest of it. Couldn't give a fuck. Okay? You can walk down the street with absolute safety, surrounded by MGTOW, and lo and behold, you probably are surrounded by MGTOW, because we're everywhere, and nobody could give a flying fuck what you think. Nobody wants to even look you in the eye. We don't want to make eye contact with you. We are totally indifferent to what women want, think, say, feel, do. There's no threat from a MGTOW, none whatsoever. To say we're anti-feminist is absolute fucking projection bullshit. The feminists are anti-men. MGTOW, we're out of it. We're gone. We don't want any part of it. I'm telling you, man, I've been ticked off about this all fucking day, and I'm ranting, I know that, but okay, it's good to get that off my chest. Thoughts and whatnot in the comments, you know the deal. Okay.